Welcome to ACL Chess, and today I'm going to go into a tool which we've had for the past couple of months, which has been very handy for me and my students, and which I hope you might be able to take advantage of, especially when you have a situation where you are maybe getting ready for a tournament and you want to iron out your mistakes. CVG is perfect for this. So the way CVG works is you connect it to your lichess account, and when you've connected to your lichess account, any game that you played that the variance of error, of whatever magnitude, it selects those games and gives them back to you as exercises. This way you get to see where you're making the most mistakes and a chance to exercise if that mistake is a recurring one, and see how you can handle it. So I've connected it to my account, so I'm going to demonstrate or show you how it works. So I've pulled a couple of positions. So this is a version, or like the game I played. I'm not sure who I played, but I can also find out who I played. That's not important right now, but the important thing is that the move I made, which was what was my move here? Okay, the move I made cost me about 3 pawns, which is a huge mistake. So it tells me here under cost how much it cost me. So it means whatever move I made was much worse than was a terrible move basically. So what I have to see is that there must be a win in this position which I missed. Just looking at it, black is clearly better. And white is threatening this, winning this piece on the next move. So whatever move, I think I drew this game. I played queen e1 check and then king h2 and then queen h4 check. I think I must have been in time trouble also, but there must be a win also in this position. It's easy to see some patterns already. So I could play queen check, that is move my queen to e1 check. And what CVG does, it makes a move for me. The beauty of this move is it protects my bishop on e1, which means I've got time to perhaps attack to create a mating net with the knight, so threatening queen h1. But before making this move, if I play knight to g3, he has this queen check over here on d4. So first idea is to just play queen e5, because these two minor pieces should be enough to win, but queen d4, queen takes, king takes. It's not very convincing. If I play knight here, I'm threatening mate in 1. If he checks me on d4, what if I go on e7? Then he's got no check. Can he take this pawn? It's interesting. I've got that check. Yeah, that's not a good idea. Yeah, so this knight check this knight move should be very strong. And I move my king to e7. Oh, he's supposed to take here. So now I take with the king. Okay, so now there's no way I'm going to lose this position to start with, but now I just have to find. But I think this is the critical idea that I missed. I could have won a piece. If he's forced to, if the computer sees or thinks that it's forced to sacrifice a rook just to get some checks, then I should be fine here. I should be careful going into the F file. So CVG gives you this opportunity to look at your game and see where you made a mistake. and go over them. And I think this is very important, because if you look at the strong grandmasters in the past, the one thing that they've advocated for is to look at your own games and somehow slowly root out your mistakes, and this program does that for you. So here I played the move. What was the move? It must have been bishop h3, threatening mate, and this move cost me about 2.68 points. Yeah, it's making a lot of mistakes. Oh no, maybe, yeah. Is it white to play here? It should be very simple. Oh, it's a check. Okay. Okay, I see you. Okay, I think I should play bishop e6. Oh no, that's a mistake. Okay, so clearly, let's try this again. How do I do this? Okay, let's try this. I keep my threat. Now the bishop. Okay, let's go here. I think I've got only one move here. Ah, interesting. So, but I've moved backwards. I think this is not really the move we want to play. Okay, let me try g6. Then he attacks. Then it attacks f6. It's not okay. So again, let's go back. Now, let's say you get stuck like I am stuck here over which move to make. You can also just ask it to use the computer to solve the problem. And king g6 is this idea, check, and bishop here, check, and king here. So far, exactly what I did. And this check. And tell me it's going to accept a draw. Okay, so maybe the position is drawn. So I was looking for a win again, like a misevaluation of the position. So in this position, the best solution would be to just go king g6, bishop, king here, and then just take the perpetual. Okay, so you get the idea of how this would work. So once you finish that, you keep going. This is the third position in the set out of 903 positions. Here, whatever I played was probably worse. It cost me, again, 3. This position, I completely didn't understand what I was doing. So I think I must have played bishop h3. There must be a better move here. Okay. What do I do here? This looks strong, but doesn't look like aggressive enough. Knight here, you can just play rook d7, knight d7, queen d7, attacking b7, and my queen, I think, is so locked out here that it's not worth it. Maybe I would have a perpetual there. If I went knight here, rook d7, I think is the most critical move here. Knight takes d7. I would have this perpetual, but it's not good enough. Do I take the a pawn? It's just the position is too open to really hope for, yeah, to have something stable. Okay, so that idea is bishop c6. I just feel that it's too passive. Of course, it just loses a piece on the spot. Stupid. Okay. Let's see what the computer thinks. Okay, so here, bishop e8. It's a very hard move for mentally to make, because it's like self-pinning. Knight here. But what basically black is doing is creating a fortress of some sort. And these are the viewpoints that are good to see because they're difficult to make as a human being, very defensive. I mean, look at this. It's like Fort Knox. Now he's covering everything. Gives up that f pawn, puts the king into a safe position, maybe bring the bishop to h6, to g6, f7. This is all right. And now, okay, as you can see, this is a very long-term defensive plan, and one which would have been very difficult for me to actually see. And now I can actually sort of appreciate it, but very absolutely tricky to see. And essentially, this is the process that you are going through with CVG over and over with your games, really getting into intimate detail with them. And with some of the positions, I guess like most people would really appreciate it because, okay, let's go back here. Because some of the areas are going to be openings where you think everything is fine, and the program shows you that, oh, in this position you made a mistake. So in this position, I made the move knight f1, which cost me a huge advantage. So what was I supposed to do here? Oh yeah, I see what it is actually immediately. I think knight g5 is just very strong. And yeah, I think this is very strong actually. And I play queen here. Because now, I would be very happy with this position as white. Okay, let's go back here, see what the computer thinks is I missed here. Knight g5, yeah, knight g5 makes a lot of sense, yeah. What's the continuation? Not immediately exchange, but bring out the other pieces, protect d4, so it's not losing anything. And castles. Okay, and with huge pressure. So this would be something that I would be interested in actually knowing. Whatever the position came from, knight g5 is not a move you must miss. Okay, so this is an endgame. I'm just looking for ones where the opening was kind of... so as you can see, lots of positions it takes from your games and shows you where the errors were. So this looks like an opening position. So in this position, this looks like a Rossolimo. I played the move bishop f1 and it cost me a bit, yeah. Okay, this I think, yes, I think bishop takes makes sense. Followed by e5. And after pawn takes, you can see that black's pawn structure and the way his pieces are placed. Yes, he will recover, but this pawn structure is bad. Let's see what the machine thinks here. Yeah, bishop takes makes sense, pawn takes, and then followed by e5, I think. So in a future game, a position like this arises, I know exactly what to play. Yeah, in the opening, especially like in the opening, you learn there's a lot of loopholes that you can plug with this system. Okay, so here, yes, this is another opening. This is like this is like a Philido or a Brie Lopez. What do they call it? Steinitz defense or something like that. But bishop g4 is obviously a mistake, and here I played the move d3. Okay, yeah, the loss is minute, but let's just see what the computer thinks, because these are good to just register mentally what the effect of the moves are. Okay, d4. Okay, let's say it takes. on d4. Let's see what it does. Yeah, this is very tricky. There's a lot of consequences. I'm thinking pawn takes, if you queen takes, bishop takes on f3. Okay, or bishop f3 first. Do you go gf3 or queen f3? Queen f3, sacrificing this pawn. Oh, very good idea. You play e5 now. c3, okay. So giving up a pawn, but this position is very good for white. So these kind of ideas are very good to be able to identify, because obviously it didn't occur to me at all. Bishop takes. Now how do you break this position? Just rook e1. And e5 is a terrible threat. Even if you ignore it, you have to play queen d7, because otherwise e5, e6. Not sure what this is about. Yeah, e5, yeah. Open up the position, queen takes or pawn takes. No, the threat is just a simple bishop g5 now. Okay. So this would be very interesting and a very interesting idea. White is so far ahead in development, is willing to give up a pawn here and open up the position. Okay, so there you go. These are some of the uses that you can put a CVG to, and actually realize quite a lot of benefit from it. I really recommend. I'll come with another edition where we look at positions using CVG to root out our own mistakes. Thank you.